All right, the kids are in a manageable state for a few minutes, so we've got hopefully a couple minutes just to talk. So, Lisa, Mommy has just returned from the hospital. How are you doing, dude?
Okay. Yeah, very sore. It's basically, and still clearing my lungs out. Feels like a just very, very badly pulled muscle, which in essence is what it is, because that's what they pull the muscle aside in order to put the defibrillator in. So in essence, you're injuring the muscle in order to put it in.
So what does the defibrillator look like? Like, what's it the size of? Do we know?
The
size of one of your medicine
exactly.
bottles?
I think it's about like 1 by 1 or 2 by 2. It's not very big.
Oh, that's small.
It's only about.
Because I was thinking that it was bigger than that for some reason. Okay,
I don't
we
think
may
it's
be
very
losing.
big.
And where is the incision that they did for you? Like I see you've got an ice pack.
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
kind of periodically putting ice on it.
When the surgeon
The
came into
incision
the room where I was with the kids, he said it doesn't always happen, but that in your case he felt like he was able to make a perfect incision, one that even you're not going to be able to tell is there once it heals up.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Right
cool.
under my armpit.
Always good news.
And
Hata's picking the only very, very
Paused.
inconvenient, unstable surface that he could lean on in this entire room right now.
you can have that though. That's a teething thing. Thank you, Miss. It's funny, Michaela keeps looking at me because I told her I had an ouchie arm. That was the easiest way to talk about it with her. So she'll turn and look at me and go, arm.
So talk about your ouchie arm. Like, I mean, what kind of pain are you feeling right now?
The incision area has kind of a sharp pain sometimes because that's just what happens when you're healing a cut sometimes, but it's like a large cut. And then muscle just feels really sore, like very achy. I get kind of residual pain sort of in like even this area and my arm a little bit sometimes. And my back is tightening a little bit just because when you injure one muscle, the others compensate. So
Tell
keep it.
Everybody what you told me earlier about the vibration that you felt.
Well, the defibrillator has the ability in it, I guess, and it's as a reminder. It's usually a reminder thing that happens. But for example,
Reminder that the battery.
If the battery needs replacing, if you get to a point where you don't realize that yet, it will actually, it vibrates like a cell phone. So
weird.
they actually showed me how that felt, and it's funny because it was not as surprising as I thought it would be. It actually just feels like I had like a cell phone on, like sitting on my chest, kind of.
Okay, like it was sitting on your chest.
Yeah.
Michaela.
So it wasn't real extreme. Uh-oh, Michaela. No, honey, put those back, please. Can you give some of those back, please? There's too many. Thank you. You can have one. So, here, you can have one. Anyway, yeah, so that was kind of interesting when she told me about it, but then
Michaela, Ata doesn't need that.
did it, so. Yeah, they showed me. She's like, okay. She warned me when she was going to do it because she knows that sounds
And
weird.
why did you have this procedure done? Like, what's the point of the defibrillator?
Well, right now, it's,
Michaela thinks that your medicine are maracas.
Yes, we are hoping that it might lifetime because of long QT syndrome if I ever.
And what
were
is
to
long
have-
QT syndrome again?
It just means it's a genetic condition that can cause fatal heart arrhythmias. So if my heart had a misbeat, it would stop. And this is basically to prevent that from happening. And
this is a
it's not
hereditary
likely.
thing. You said something that's like.
Familial. It's type 2 and runs in my family. My dad has it, my uncle has it, and we know that Ashton has it also. So there are a few more things in his future we don't quite know about yet. But this basically will prevent my heart stopping. It's not likely that, I mean, I've never had anything happen up until now, but it might be that in 10 or 20 years something happens, and then we just don't know when something would happen. So that's why they elect
Well, the
to do it
concern
as
in the
soon as
rush
you
now
can.
was that he was saying because you have been going through pregnancies and births, that your body's been in a state of constant change, and that state of constant change makes you a high
Stressful.
risk
Yeah.
character for someone with electrical conditions in their heart.
Yeah.
And specifically, Michaela, for instance, had a genetic defect. I don't know if it's genetic, but it was
No,
a
not
structural
genetic.
defect with her heart. So she had a repair surgery that fixed the hole in her heart. But this is an electrical issue, and the electrical issue, has
This
to do
is
with the
not
firing
plumbing.
and the
This is
mechanics.
electrical.
Yeah.
Yeah, hers was plumbing.
No, it wasn't plumbing. It was
It wasn't
structural.
plumbing. Structural. How did they describe that? I can't remember. Anyway,
I think plumbing has to do with the
the valves.
tubing and the flows and that kind of stuff. But yeah.
Anyway, so it's really sore. I'm hoping the soreness
And so the
subsides a
defibrillator
little bit.
does what exactly to prevent the long QT syndrome from causing a fatal arrhythmia?
If my heart were to stop, I guess it has some measurement on it that measures, between beats or whatever. And if my heart were to misfire, in essence, then it would give my heart a jolt or a
Like
shock.
the paddles you see on TV or whatever.
There actually are
Clear.
There are actually two leads, two electrodes from the device that are, apparently he said they're actually in the heart. They're like these tiny little screws almost that just go into the tissue, the outside tissue, and they put those in strategic places. I don't know exactly where they put them on mine, but there's two of them, and yeah, that's what does it. And the
Right.
device is digital. They check it and they can make sure it's working from the computer and everything. So
It's pretty insane. You said they have a wand that's like a remote control. They can actually change.
they can change the settings. They did that today, not with the wand, but with the computer that the woman had from St. June's Medical, which is the brand that mine is. She came in and they changed a couple of the settings even before I left the hospital. Because I was having a
Great.
little discomfort
And the
with.
kind of settings are changing. In this case, they were changing like where the floor is in terms of a low heart rate.
Yeah, mhm.
You can change the range, that it's trying to kind of keep up with. So in your case, 75 beats per minute is the floor. Michaela,
Hey,
hey,
no.
all done. I don't know if she's gonna bite him or what. That's weird.
Anybody's got an option. Yeah. In case it's, they play with that and they play with how the device fires, things like that.
I think we're losing the kids here,
So,
so
yeah.
thank you for that. We're glad to have you home.
Me too.
Yeah. All right. The Darth Vader version of you